The silverware trembled in my hand as my boyfriend's words sliced through the quiet hum of the TV, muted like he'd silenced the world just to make sure I'd hear him. "Juliet," Ethan said softly, his hands fidgeting with the hem of his sweatshirt, a nervous tic I'd seen 1,000 times. "I like you, but I'm not in love with you." My pulse stopped. The room tilted, gravity shifting under me. I forced a smile, though my chest tightened like a vice. "Thanks for the clarification," I said, my voice steady, each word tasting like iron. His shoulders relaxed, relief washing over him. That relief burned. "My name is Juliet Whitfield, and I'm 28 years old. For 3 years, I thought Ethan and I were building a future, marriage, maybe kids one day. We'd been living together for 18 months, sharing a home, a bed, a life. Until that Tuesday night, when his confession shattered everything. He explained himself like it was some noble act of honesty, saying he cared about me deeply, loved my company, loved our life together. But the spark, the romantic love, wasn't there, maybe never had been. "Don't get me wrong," he added, panic flashing in his eyes, "I don't want us to break up. I love what we have. I just wanted to be honest." I nodded, calm on the outside while my thoughts spiraled. "So, you want the home we built, the dinners I cook, the comfort of my arms, the warmth of our bed, but none of the love that makes it real?" "Okay," I said, one word, no tears, no raised voice. His face brightened, like he passed a test. He hugged me, then settled on the couch to watch his show, relieved. I didn't join him. I went to our bedroom, stared at the ceiling for hours, sleep refusing to come. His words looped in my head, sharper each time, "He likes me, but he's not in love with me." The cruelest part. He thought honesty excused it. By morning, my decision was made. If Ethan wanted a roommate he liked, that's exactly what he'd get. I didn't kiss him good morning. I didn't text him at work like usual. When he asked what I wanted for dinner, I said, "I'll grab something on the way home." "Thanks." Not cold, just neutral. That day, I canceled the standing flower order I'd kept for him, $12 a week for 2 years, flowers he sometimes noticed, sometimes didn't. Why buy flowers for a roommate? That evening, he'd made dinner anyway. We ate, chatting about work like colleagues. When he tried to cuddle on the couch, I gave a polite side hug and moved to the armchair. His eyes flickered with confusion, but he said nothing. By Thursday, I'd deep-cleaned the apartment and reorganized everything. My toiletries moved to the hall bathroom. The guest room, his so-called office, became mine, my bed, my desk, my space. When he came home, I told him matter-of-factly, I thought we should have our own spaces since we're basically roommates who like each other. His face twitched, eyes widening. "Roommates?" "Well, yeah," I said evenly. "You like me, I like you, we share space. That's what roommates do." He stumbled, flustered. "We're still together, Juliet. We're dating." I tilted my head. "How does that work if you're not in love with me?" He stammered about couples staying together without love, about relationships evolving. "That sounds like friendship with benefits," I said coolly. "And I'm not interested in that arrangement." Silence. I could see panic blooming in his eyes, his own words starting to cage him. Friday, things escalated. He came home with takeout from my favorite Thai place, the expensive one we saved for anniversaries. He spread out the food, lit candles, like he was staging a date night. "Thought we could have a nice evening," he said, hope in his eyes. I thanked him, ate, then split the bill on Venmo before heading to the gym. While I ran on the treadmill, my phone buzzed, 15 messages. "Why are you being like this? We need to talk. Please come home so we can work this out." I replied once, "I thought you'd be happy." "You were honest, I'm respecting that." When I got home, he was waiting, eyes red with frustration. "You're being petty," he accused. "Childish." I stayed calm. "I'm just matching your energy. You wanted a friend, you've got one. I'll split bills, do chores, be pleasant company. But the girlfriend experience, romance, dates, emotional labor, that's for someone who loves me. That night, he slept in our room. I slept in mine. By Saturday, the cracks were showing. He made French toast, his special occasion dish, and set 2 plates on the table. Can we just go back to normal? He asked, voice tight. I lifted my fork. This is normal for roommates who like each other. His face crumpled, like he'd realized the trap he'd built. He accused me of punishing him for honesty. I wasn't punishing anyone, I was being honest too, about what I'd give to someone who only liked me. By Monday, it was clear he hadn't expected me to take him literally. He thought his confession would float harmlessly, but I'd pulled it down, sharpened it, and redrawn our boundaries. I stopped the morning rituals, no, sleep well, babe, texts, no kisses. When he texted, lunch later. I replied, already ate, thanks. Polite, distant, like I'd text a coworker. That evening, he made dinner again, garlic butter chicken, roasted vegetables, chilled wine. When he brushed my hand, I pulled away instinctively. His face fell. Juliet, why are you acting like this? Like what? I smiled. I'm matching the energy you gave me. I rinsed my plate, loaded the dishwasher, and left him sitting in silence, his own honesty pressing down. By Wednesday, the apartment no longer felt like us. My shampoo lined the hall bathroom, my pillow gone from our bed. The guest room was my sanctuary, desk lamp glowing as I typed in my journal. Ethan noticed immediately. Why'd you move your stuff? He asked, lingering in my doorway, defensive. I didn't look up. Makes sense. Roommates have their own rooms. His jaw tightened. You're twisting my words. I closed my laptop, stood, and faced him. No, I'm honoring them. You said you're not in love with me. I believed you. Silence stretched like barbed wire. He tried to smile, but it was a grimace. Thursday, he came home with croissants from the upscale bakery I loved, warm, glazed tarts, my guilty pleasure. He set them on the table with forced brightness. Thought you'd like these. I thanked him, tore a croissant in half, passed him a piece, and Venmo'd my share with the note, split between roommates. His disbelief turned to fear. Seriously? Seriously, I said, chewing calmly. We split things evenly now. Fair is fair. Later, as I folded laundry, he blurted, you're being ridiculous. We're still together, Juliet. Stop acting like I'm just some guy you share rent with. I folded a towel, met his eyes. Are you in love with me, Ethan? Silence, louder than any answer. Then stop asking me to pretend. Friday, he grew frantic. The dining table was covered in Thai takeout again, green curry, pad thai, mango sticky rice, candles flickering. Let's have a nice night, he said, hopeful. I ate, thanked him, Venmo'd my half, and left for the gym. His messages flooded in, why are you doing this? Please, Juliet, we can fix this. I replied once, I thought you'd be happy. I'm respecting your feelings. Back home, he was pacing, hands in his hair. You're being cruel, he snapped. I'm being consistent, I said. You wanted a friend. I'm friendly, respectful, clean, quiet. But I won't be a girlfriend to someone who doesn't love me. His face crumpled, but I held his gaze, unflinching. It wasn't cruelty, it was clarity, and it was powerful. Monday morning, he tried intimacy, his hand brushing my hip, lips hovering by my shoulder. Juliet, he whispered, tender like when we were new. I froze, his confession slashing through me, not in love with you. Maybe never was. I pulled away. No, his eyes snapped open. Why not? Because I don't sleep with people who don't love me. He laughed nervously, like I was joking. People have casual sex all the time. Sure, I said. But not me, not with you. Not after what you said. He rolled away, muttering, "You're punishing me." I sat up, sheet like armor. I thought we were in love for 3 years. That changes everything. Tuesday, the financial cracks surfaced. For years, I'd covered dinners, concerts, getaways, letting it slide because I loved him. Roommates don't run tabs. I sent a Venmo request, $1,847 for 3 months of shared expenses. His call came instantly. "Are you serious?" "Completely," I said. "No rush, settle by month's end." He sputtered, "I thought those were gifts." "That's what boyfriends do," I said. "But you're my roommate now." Click. He hung up. Wednesday, his friend Aaron came over, a setup. Halfway through dinner, Dutch treat, Aaron leaned forward. "You're being cold, Juliet." He was just honest. Relationships evolve. I set down my fork. Would you date someone who said they're not in love with you? Would you cook for them, pay their bills, pour your heart out knowing they didn't feel the same? Silence. Aaron stared at his plate. Ethan kicked him under the table, unsubtle. I finished my meal, the conversation dead. Thursday, his car broke down, $200 in repairs. I'd always covered emergencies like this. Not anymore. He texted, "Babe, can you spot me? Promise I'll pay you back." I stared at, "Babe, a dead leaf from another season." "Sorry, that's a lot. Ask your parents, Aaron, or get a payment plan." His reply, "I don't have the credit for a plan. You've always helped." I typed, "I used to help my boyfriend. Roommates don't cover major expenses." He didn't respond. Next morning, I watched him call an Uber, $47 each way to work. I almost felt sorry. Almost. That weekend, he broke. Tears welled as he leaned against my doorframe. "I didn't mean it like that, Juliet." I was confused, maybe depressed. "I do love you. I'm in love with you." I flipped open my journal to his confession, read it aloud. "I like you, but I'm not in love with you. I never was. I want nothing to change." Then I showed his text to his sister, "Finally told Juliet I'm not in love with her. Feels good to be honest." He turned pale. "You weren't being honest," I whispered. "You were playing with me, and now you're drowning in your own words." He left, the door slamming. Sunday, he tried his nuclear option, his parents, sitting on our couch, mugs in hand, Ethan dabbing at his eyes. "Juliet," his mother said, "Ethan says you're shutting him out after he opened up. We're worried." I sat across from them, steady. 2 weeks ago, Ethan said he's not in love with me, never was. I've treated him as he asked, as a roommate. His father turned to him. "Is that true?" Ethan squirmed. "Not like that. You told her you don't love her," his dad cut in, "and you're upset she won't act like she does?" Even his mother looked unsettled. "Sweetheart, what did you expect?" Silence. Ethan's mask slipped as their disappointment closed in. The days after were chaos. Tuesday, love bombing, elaborate meals, my favorite wine, his old cologne. I thanked him, paid my half. Wednesday, rage, he screamed, called me manipulative, abusive. I recorded every word, calm as stone. Thursday, bargaining, therapy, fresh starts. I refused. I don't need therapy to know I deserve someone who loves me. Friday, collapse, he sulked in his room, curtains drawn. His friend Chloe came by, glaring. "You're harsh, Juliet." He was honest. I poured her coffee, asked, "Would you love someone who said they don't love you?" She had no answer, grabbed her bag, and left. Then came his smear campaign. Friday, I woke to messages from friends. Ethan's social media post claimed I'd controlled him financially, isolated him. Cropped Venmo screenshots painted me as a tyrant. My chest burned, but I stayed calm. In a group chat, I shared everything, screenshots of expenses I'd covered, his confession, recordings of his outbursts. Silence, then shock. Derek summed it up, he friend-zoned you but wanted girlfriend benefits. That's wild. By evening, Ethan's post was gone, scrubbed clean. Saturday, boxes stacked by the door. He was moving out. I stayed in my room, listening to furniture scrape, doors slam. Then a soft knock. Juliet, can we talk? He stood there, pale, holding his car keys. It was a test, he admitted. I read some article about brutal honesty. I thought if I said I wasn't in love, you'd fight for me, be more romantic. I stared. You thought telling me you didn't love me would make me fight harder? My voice was quiet. No, Ethan. It made me realize I deserve someone who doesn't test me at all. He flinched. I didn't think you'd stop loving me, he whispered. I didn't stop, I said. I stopped showing it to someone who didn't want it. He asked, any chance for us? No, I said firmly. Not now, not ever. He nodded, turned, and left. His car pulled away, silence flooding the apartment, not suffocating, but freeing. I stood in my office-turned-bedroom, sunlight spilling over fresh white walls. I grabbed a paint roller, dipped it in pale blue, my color, my choice. As the first stroke hit the wall, I felt it, freedom. I signed up for a woodworking class Ethan once called a waste of money. The confirmation email pinged, and I smiled. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't fury or fire. It's taking someone at their word and letting them choke on the consequences. I wasn't just surviving, I was starting over, building a life I deserved.